Hi guys, welcome back to my Exvius guide. Now I'm gonna review Maxwell. Don't worry if you don't have her right now because I believe they will reopen the trial again soon. As usual, let's take a look at her stats. Her stats is very good. Like you can see that it is about the same as other top tier 5 stars base attackers. I emphasize on this because we can say that she is a free unit. And like we know that free units usually have mediocre stats compared to the summit unit. But don't be too happy because she only gets 30% attack boost from her passive. So yeah, no spear mastery or something like that. So in the end, her attack stats will still be lower than Orlando and Roberta. For her survivability, she learns health plus 30%. This makes her reach 5000 health easily when you equip her with Esper. However, her spirit and defense are quite low because, yeah, no defense and spirit boost. She compensates this with her health regen. She will heal about 1000 health per turn. The wiki says 1800, but the amount I get is only 1100 health. So I'm not sure whether it is glitch or something. This regen is annoying, especially if you meet her in the arena and your party is not strong enough to outdamage the regen. Not mentioning she has man-eater ability, so yeah, she is really good on the arena. She has 50% light resist, which can be helpful on some occasion, and like other 5 stars base, she regen her MP by 5% on every turn. Her LB also feel 150% faster. It is good because her LB is, yeah, good for chaining with some big flow. I will talk about that later. So that's enough about her stats. Now let's take a look at the good abilities. The first ability is Sacred Song. I believe this is the reason Gumi don't give her an attack passive boost. This skill boosts 80% attack and defense to herself for 3 turns. This will increase her power and survivability a lot. Not mentioning you will also get auto life for 3 turns. Auto life will resurrect you to 80% health. Combine this with her regen, yeah, so on the next turn you will back to full health again. I think it is important to always cast this, especially on the hard and long battle. So yeah, if you want to use her, then you need to use this skill to compensate her low attack. So no reason to not using this. The next skill is Destiny. This is her most powerful attack. It deals 4 times damage after counting the ignored defense. However, it deals like elemental damage. So this could be good or bad thing. However, if you have Orlando in the battle, you can simply debuff the enemy light resist by 50% and make this skill deal much more damage. So unless the enemy have more than 50% on its light resistance, this skill still works very good, especially as a finisher. The next is Creator's Breath. This is really good skill. Not only cure all ailments, it will also give you the immunity to all ailments for 3 turns. Really a good skill for the ailments battle. For example is Echidna and Octopus Teacher Trial. However, the thing you need to pay attention is Maxwell doesn't have any status ailments resistant. So make sure you equip her with accessory that you need to resist. So yeah, she can cast this to help others. The last good skill is Rune. This one is also good for dispelling a buff from a lot of enemies. However, it is purely situational. So you may not use this on every battle, especially when the enemy resist against light. Also, don't forget to reapply your break attack after you dispel the enemies. You can use this on your own party like Bushido Freedom, but yeah, totally not recommended because even with her low attack stats, I believe she can still kill all your allies, okay? So you can use this if you maybe unequip her weapon, so you want to use her as a support character and you don't have Bushido Freedom, you can do that. But yeah, I don't think that's necessary, okay? Now let's take a look at mediocre abilities. The first is her LB, Endless. You can use this for chaining with others. The interval of each attack is really good. You can make a perfect chain to 65 chains using 2 Maxwell, one from you and another from your friend. However, even without Maxwell, even without another Maxwell, she can still chain very good with other characters such as Amelia, Zetzer. Simply pay attention that it has like element, so you cannot chain if the enemy resists against like. If the enemy has partial resistance against like, you can still chain it, but if the enemy is 100% resist against like, you cannot use this for chaining. Her LB Gouge also charges very fast. The biggest downside is it is based on magic. Yeah, so I can only say very good Gumi. It is really stupid, okay? She won't be OP even if they make it into physical damage. But yeah, whatever, okay? Like you can see that she doesn't even get any magic boost on her passive. Also, she can only equip spear. From what I can remember, there is no spear that give you magic boost, okay? So I really don't know what Gumi think, okay, on this one. Okay, so let's talk about the next mediocre skills. Genesis. It deals 1.8 like damage. The only complaint I have is the ailments inflicted by this skill are not that good. And the chance is small, only 30%. So I don't think you should rely on this one. The next is Nemesis. It is nice if the enemy resists against like elemental attack. But if the enemies are resist against like element, then why you bring her in the first place? She is a special like elemental attacker. So bringing her to the battle where the enemy is resist against like element is stupid, I think, okay? Maybe you will find battle like that, but I don't think there are many battles like that, okay? So this is not useful, okay? Okay, enough. Now let's take a look at her equipment. I believe many veteran players have Gungnir thanks to Shadow Behemoth event. Now it is a good time to put that on her. If you have Crimson Blood, then I don't think it is good idea to give that for her. Because yeah, Roberta is much better than Maxwell. However, yeah, if you still need a finisher, then it may be better to give her double hand. There's not much you can do with her, okay? Because yeah, she only able to equip spear. Also, the strongest spear, if you don't get Gungnir, is Holy Lance. Holy Lance is also like elemental damage, so you can equip that on her because that like element won't contradict with her abilities. My conclusion for her is she is good for a free character. Many players have Orlando as their leader, so I believe that many of your friends have this as their leader, so you can chain her with Orlando because Orlando usually equip Excalibur. However, I think this game have more finisher than chainer at this moment, which make her maybe not that useful. especially when we also get Firion Awakening at the same time. To chain, she needs to use her LB, which is not usable on every turn, not mentioning very low damage from her LB because of magical attack. But if you want to use her as finisher, then it is better to use Firion. I believe he is the strongest budget finisher after Awakening. Her Trashmaster reward is good, but it works best for the hybrid attacker, such as Fryevia and Noctis. I don't think it is wise to bring her to the normal battle because even though her skills are good, her low stats kinda lower her effectiveness. I know that you can boost her attack by Sacred Song, but you need to cast it on every 3 turns, which is annoying. Bring her to the battle where you need to protect allies from the ailments and against the enemy who weak against light attack. And of course to the Brave Frontier event because she gives you 100% bonus. I give her 8 out of 10. Even on her max form, she is still not well. So yup, thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy Brave Exvius guide. Bye bye guys.